My name's Jordan Davenport. I'm a senior at Plano West. This year I was the kicker for Plano West. I started kicking sophomore year after the first string kicker got hurt. He broke his back. The second string kicker failed, and so I asked the coach if I could play, and it all started sophomore year. And I played junior year and senior year. In senior year, I was able to do kicking and the punting and the kickoff. Hopefully I'll get the opportunity to play football at a college, and maybe God can put me into a position where I can use that opportunity to reach out to guys who don't know God and just be a good influence on them. I really didn't start going to church until I was about 5 years old or so. It was my cousin Brett who started influencing me. He started inviting me to ParkwayHills, and I started coming with him, and I just fell in love with it. And my family didn't really start going until a couple months after I began to go. And ever since, probably 10 or 11 years ago, we've been coming ever since. About a year after I started attending ParkwayHills on a regular basis, I realized that I really didn't have a relationship with God, and it was one Sunday school class that my teacher asked me, like, hey, do you know Jesus? And I really didn't, so we just stayed after, and that's the day that I became a Christian, and I prayed the prayer of salvation. I think when God really grabbed a hold of me was this past summer when I went on a mission trip to Brazil with ParkwayHills. When we left for the trip, I kind of envisioned myself pouring into the Brazilian people and not really getting a whole lot out of the trip. But what ended up happening was I went to spread like the good news of Jesus Christ, but really I think I got more out of the trip spiritually than the people who came to meet Jesus Christ for the first time. On the trip for 10 days, I was able to leave America behind, along with all the things that it comes with, like the media and the radio and cell phones and Xbox and stuff like that. One thing that really stood out to me in Brazil was how when we would go into some of the people's houses, it would be empty. There would be nothing. There's no junk that was just like scattered around the house like here in Plano, how we're used to. In our houses, like, we're used to having like toys and Xboxes and just junk all over the place, and a lot of times it really get in the way of your spiritual life and your walk. One big thing that I learned in Brazil was, well, it sounds kind of cliche because a lot of people say this, but just how content the Brazilian people were with what they have, and how God always provides no matter what the circumstances are and how bad they may seem, but just how he has a plan for them and how he provides, and he gives more than what they need.
Sit here and think about all that you've done, about how you can give me your one and only son. And I'm trying to fathom all that you are, but it is so far, Lord. You're so beyond me.
I love opening up my Bible every night and just reading through Paul's letters and how God used him in prison to just speak to his people, and how relevant it is to us today as it was thousands of years ago. I remember the feeling of being on the spiritual high after I got saved and after mission trips and discipleship weekends. And it just amazes me how football can, and just things in my life can get in the way and have so many distractions on me. But I can tell that through my experiences, I can tell just how God's wanting me to chase him wholly and get things out of my life that get in the way of me doing that, and just having a daily walk with him. I can't imagine what life would be like if I didn't have a constant relationship with Jesus Christ.
I'm Jordan Davenport, and this is my story.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like.